Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Eyes on Avs podcast, part of the EPS family of podcasts by the fans, for the fans, diehards only, and new fans. You're also welcome to join as well. I'm Cam, back with Dave. There's no Eric this week because he is at the hospital currently to have a child. Well, his wife is having a child, not him. But we got Dave back. So what's up, Dave?
Hey, good to be back. Helped my daughter move out of her dorm, and I'm back and ready to talk more Avs. I didn't miss watching any games, so I am up to date, up to speed. But yeah, had to miss last week. Glad to be back. Good to see you, Cam. Are
Yep.
you the only one that's been on every episode so
I
far?
think I think so. Like I said, Wednesdays work good for me. It's the only day of the week I don't have hockey or my son's hockey, so it's like perfect storm of showing up, and we'll see what happens in the future. But so far, so good.
Perfect. Well, yeah, you're the number one fan, I suppose.
I guess so. Die hard fan.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess there hasn't been much action since the last podcast. You guys talked right after the series clincher, and it's been rest and recuperation since then. And got some players back healthy, and got some player not
Yeah,
so healthy.
yeah, exactly. We got some big news to discuss. Lots of stuff to talk about, but coming back this week because I don't think we did it last week. But we got before we could dive into that, Dave's got some trivia for me and everyone that's going to be joining and watching this later. So we will see what Dave has to ask and see if we can even come close to getting it right.
Yeah. So my daughter is a big Avs fan, and she got this wrong. I kind of thought she would do better, but she didn't.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
And so the test is, can you do better than my daughter?
Oh, great. And she just graduated college, so so she's in the smarts. I'm 20 years out, so who knows how this is gonna go.
Right, exactly. Okay, so I'm looking on the NHL's stats site,
Okay.
and they have some stats for the playoffs. This season's playoffs
This season's
of
playoffs. Okay.
skating speed.
Okay.
And this question is going to be about skating bursts of 22 plus miles per hour.
Okay.
There are three Avs in the top seven for number of times they had a burst of 22 plus miles per hour
Okay.
in these playoffs.
Okay.
There's some big names in this list, but there are three in the top seven. I will tell you, Natchez and Makar both have six times they've hit 22 plus miles per hour. There's one other Avalanche player in the top seven. And so I'm going to ask who it is, how many times he burst 22 plus, and where his ranking is on the list.
Okay. So Makar and Natchez are two of the three in the top seven.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. So that's
Yep.
I was gonna put them in there. So I would have got those right. So I was gonna guess those. Obviously, you probably know who the other one is. Like
Yeah.
it's gotta be Mac, the big dog. But the tricky thing is how many times were he ranked. So they were six each. Oh, we have two series down. He's had some. And Natchez and Makar have had six. You think it'd be more than that? I'm gonna go. Mac has had 10 bursts of 22 miles an hour or more,
Okay.
and he ranks number two on the list.
Oh my gosh, we were so close.
Ah,
We were so close to having I think, our first just grand champion of getting
oh,
everything right. We're too harsh on this pod on the Avalanche. He's number one, and he had 10 bursts.
oh no! You should. Are you? I was like, I was literally gonna be. I was
You
thinking to
got the
my.
hard part
Yeah,
right.
I was gonna say, oh, he's number one, but I remember McDavid obviously lost in the first round. But I was like, McDavid had to have a bunch in that first round because even though he was injured, he was
Yeah,
trying to win. But of course, Mac is no. Oh my
yeah.
god.
We're too harsh on this podcast on our Avalanche. They are the best team in the league with the most
Oh my
talent.
gosh.
So
Dang it. I should have just went with my gut.
you
I
should
was
have
gonna
gone
say
with your
number
gut. I know
one and
you were
then
thinking one, and you were like, "I'm just going to back off." But you know what?
I got 10,
You,
so
yeah, you did well. You did great. I will say that I believe. So McDavid is number 2 with 9.
Okay, so I just mixed them. That's,
Yeah,
that's like
yeah,
that's mostly right.
yeah, exactly. So the max skating speed that we're not going into more trivia, just briefly. In these playoffs, Makar's number 1 and Big Val is number 2, 23.9 and 23.6.
Wow.
And max speed in these playoffs, McDavid doesn't show up in the top 10.
Wow, that's crazy.
And
Yeah.
neither does McKinnon. That's crazy. But you know what? That's the nature of the beast. There's a million stats, but
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
stat you want to keep,
Yeah,
I'll take McKinnon.
I guess they've been watching my roller hockey games. I had to have had 5 or so bursts at 23 miles an hour the other night. I was feeling great.
Oh yeah,
That's great.
yeah. So anyhow, hopefully everyone out there in podcast land playing along, you know, feel free to comment
So
or send us a comment during the pod or on one of our channels on Facebook or YouTube or Threads or
or
Instagram.
whatever social media that you find us on.
Let us know. Either let us know how you did, and also feel free to fire off some trivia ideas at us for future pods. But yeah, that's our trivia section. Check. We did our
Yep.
trivia.
Nice. And that's a perfect segue since one of the three that you brought up on the top three of the 7 bursts is our next topic. And we found out let's say 4 hours, 8 hours ago roughly, that Mr. Kale Makar is so injured he is not playing game one tonight. And that is, we were talking about it a little bit before we went live. That is craziness because it's got to be bad if he's not playing in the game. What do you think? Let's hear some more, Dave. Dive into it. What do you
Um,
got?
well, I think that it is horrible news. A, B, I know positive this team can win and make up for his absence. There's so much depth and so much talent elsewhere. It's a huge loss. I mean, there's no denying that. Um, but I think they can make up for this loss in the short term,
Yes.
for sure. I don't think it, for me, it doesn't jeopardize how I think game one is going to go. And we'll get to that a little bit later, but I don't think it jeopardizes for me how game one is going to go. But to make a deep run and win that cup banner, the cup and the banner. I got a banner on my door behind me. Um, we're going to need him back, and we're going to need him to be mostly healthy. And I hope that happens. I will say I heard EJ was on ESPN earlier today, and he said he was on I don't know, some show that caters to not specifically to NHL, and so he was trying to equate it to other sports. EJ says it's like LeBron James is missing from your team in an NBA playoff game, and um, I personally think that's a little bit over the top because for me, my LeBron James would be McKinnon.
Yeah.
Um, whatever, huge loss. I hope he's able to come back, but the fact that he's out today makes me wary that he'll be able to come back in 2 days and play on Friday. I mean, is he out for both games? Is he out for a bunch of games? You and I and others saw him and heard about him in skating this morning. He wasn't skating with the team or any other players. He was on a solo skate, but he looked good skating and the shooting looked good. But
Mm-hmm.
again, it was non-contact, and was it just for consumption by the national press and by the by the Knights organization to make them think he may be close and maybe he isn't? I don't know. I've got a lot of questions, not many answers provided, obviously, by the team, and as per the usual in the NHL. So I guess we just have to wait and see. But it's a huge loss. What's your take, Cam?
Yeah, before I dive in there, I saw Stevens joining us watching, saying he's wearing his Avs jerseys with pride tonight. So let's go Avs. Thanks, Steven, for joining on and doing that. Like everything helps. So thanks for
Yes.
commenting. And
Yeah.
so a couple points with that. One, thank God Malinsky's back because he can. He's not Kale, but he is a cheaper version of Kale.
He's
He's
Kale Light.
Yes, they perfect. Kale Light, Kale 2.0, whatever you want to say. He can run the power play. He can skate. He can move. He's getting more confidence. So that's nice that he is back and the power play. He can just plug right in there. And obviously, I would assume he's going to probably be playing with Taves, just kind of swap spots with Makar since Makar's out. Um, and then also, I'm just going to hope that Kale not playing tonight means that they want him to be 100% before he comes back so he doesn't re-injure himself. So maybe it's one of those things of like he's pretty close, but they're going to risk not playing him in game one, take the win hopefully, and go, okay, come back Friday. You're 100% so that way there's no lingering issues. That's what I'm going to hope with.
Okay.
But I agree with you. The team, we have the depth. Like obviously you want Makar. Like every team in the NHL would want him on their team, but taking him out of there. We have so many good guys on the back end. Like I said, Malinsky's going to have to plug in that hole. And then it almost kind of forces the team, every goalies included, to kind of step up another level again of like, hey guys, game one, conference finals, Kale's not playing. We all got to pull more weight. We really got to be those dogs in the corner, back check, help out with, we'll get to the goalie stuff, whoever's playing tonight. And kind of even take it up another notch because you're missing a big piece in it. You gotta step up, you know. So
Yeah.
hopefully he comes back Friday and he's 100% and just gets right back to being Kale. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Exactly. So it's a shoulder injury, is my understanding. Is that your understanding as well?
That's yeah. So I think there's a couple things. Do you remember Game One of the Wild? He got plastered by Foligno and his leg went up in the air and
That was early in the first
yeah,
game, wasn't it?
yeah. And
Yeah.
so the skating was the issue. Like you saw him with his groin and then he was rubbing his hip, and then obviously, uh, what was Game Five? I think he hit Zuccarello or Zuccarello hit him. That's when he like dropped his arm, and we think the shoulder issue. So hopefully it's. I mean, he could have two potential injuries, but like we said, watching that skate, he was moving. He didn't look like he was moving bad lower body wise. Shoulder
Right.
wise, obviously you can kind of get away with shooting a little bit, but if I shoot and I'm like okay, and then Dave plasters me into the wall and my shoulder, and you're gonna feel it more than
Yeah.
just shooting a puck. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's just the shoulder, and he's just they're taking precaution to make sure he's 100%.
Yeah.
But um,
That's a great point.
yeah,
Talking Malinsky, now this will be his first game back in several games, right?
yes,
He
correct, yeah,
missed two, is that
two
right?
games, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, so he missed two games, so we're hoping that he's 100%. Manson, um, nobody's 100%. I don't know
no,
why I
yeah,
said
no
that.
one is,
Nobody's 100% on any team
yeah,
in the playoffs. But hopefully he's solid enough, and hopefully Manson's feeling good. I don't want to go deeper into our Eagles roster past Asian if we don't have to.
yeah,
Um, Asian's probably going to have to play a few more minutes, I would think.
yeah,
Uh, 3 minutes, I think, in the last game, something like that.
yeah.
And yeah, defense. I mean, our offense still is just plugging away and looking awesome, and not looking like we're going to have to bring anyone in anytime soon. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But yeah, that defense is it's a little nicked up, huh?
Yeah, well, and too, like it blows my mind too. I saw it again today, and it just reminded me, like, obviously Makar's played every game, but he's gonna miss this one. He's been banged up for a while. He only has 5 points in the postseason. So, granted, he does more than just score like his defense and his PK, but like, it's not like he's got 15 points and we're losing the 15-point Makar and like, oh, cool, we're
Right?
gonna fill it in. He hasn't even got any points really, and we've been winning. And then I was listening to on the radio today too, like, and Eric and I were talking about it. Nelson still hasn't really done much. Nichushkin hasn't got going. So like the fact
Yeah,
that we've won 2 rounds and basically the goalies, McKinnon, Lecky, and like Manson, a few guys have really popped off, but half the team hasn't really points wise. Like everyone's hustling and killing penalties and,
Yeah,
and doing what they need to do, but scoring wise and points wise, like there's still a lot of guys waiting to get on the gas pedal. So that's kind of a positive because you think if they can start clicking, especially that second line, then it's just going to be scary for the rest of the
yeah.
playoffs.
There is a lot of firepower on this team that has yet to pop off, as you say, and I think it could happen. I mean, I'm hoping it happens, and I think it could happen tonight. Um, I'm expecting, uh, I'm expecting a great performance. I heard that the Avs practice yesterday was potentially maybe the most intense of the entire season.
I like that. I like that.
Um, and I think they're going to come out guns a blazing, shooting, scoring, and doing all the fun things. Maybe we can get a power play. Uh, we haven't talked much yet today on this pod about the Knights, but their defense is stingy. Their penalty kill is stingy.
Yep.
Um, they're they're a better team. Not surprisingly, than what we've played in the previous two rounds, especially defensively. And their offense ain't bad either.
Yeah, it's I feel like I mean obviously we're in the same boat that we think the Avs are going to win and they have the potential to win, but Vegas is good, and it seems to be like half the Avs fans think we're going to dominate them, and then half the ones that are realistic, like, hey, we're going to win, barring something catastrophe, but this isn't the Wild, this isn't the Kings. Like, they've won the Cup before a couple years ago. They have Eichel and Marner, who, well, I mean, Eichel, I put Eichel above Marner, but that dude, he's fast. He's good defensively. He wins faceoffs. He can shoot. He can score. Marner's skilled, but this is the first playoffs he's ever done anything. So
Right, I know it's
I'm not
shocking. He's
I'm
actually
not
doing
too
things.
worried about that, because if we put the body on him like we did Quinn Hughes in the last round, like I think he's gonna cry like he's back in Toronto. But
Right.
Eichel's the one who can cause us some fits. But they got big bodies in the front. They got big bodies on defense. They know how to win. Um, Obviously, we'll talk more about this too. But like they have a good goalie, but also they have a goalie that you can pump in 6 or 7 goals if he's having off night. So that's where I think we really got to attack is get on him early, put some doubt in his mind, and go
Yeah.
after him. But yeah, which is funny. Well, as we're talking injuries, we'll backtrack a little bit. I don't want to spend too much about the last series, but I'm sure you saw all the crap of the Wild making excuses because they didn't have Brodeen, they didn't have Eriksson Ek, and
Yeah.
I'm arguing with people online. I'm like, okay, that's great. We didn't have Lecky and Malinsky for the last 2 games of the series.
Yeah.
Manson
And
missed the
Makar
first
was
half.
hurt. He played
Yeah,
hurt.
and they're like, oh, it would have been different. And I was like, I don't think so, but whatever. And then I was like, every time someone would just say stupid stuff, I'm like, and we've talked about this before. I'm like, okay, yeah, injuries, got it. We were missing our captain for 3 years. So shut up about the injury. You want to talk injuries? We didn't have Landy for 3 years. And then look, it comes back. Guess what happens? One of the best regular seasons in Avs history. We get past the second round. We're in the conference finals. So yes, there's injuries, but I'm like, don't even talk to me about
Everyone has
missing people.
injuries. Don't
Yeah,
talk to me about your
yeah,
injury problems. We have them too.
yeah. So
Um,
enough of that.
Following on your offensive talk about the Kings, there's this guy that I really didn't know until recently, and I don't know how long he's been around, but he's not been on my radar. And I am bad at pronunciations, but this Dorofeyev guy,
Dorofeev.
Dorofeyev,
Yep.
look out if you're new to the Kings listening to this podcast, look out for this guy because this guy can straight up play hockey. He's a madman out there. He's fun to watch. He's good. We need to get the body on him. Excuse me, him in a big way, like those other guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's I
He's
think I think Vegas is or yeah, Vegas. They're gonna come out and try to pound us, which makes sense. That's what you should do. We need to match the intensity. And I think having Manson start this series and be back, he's gonna set the tone. And I think they know what's coming. You kind of know each team when you play what their strengths and weaknesses are. Obviously, and Vegas is big, and they know that they're gonna take the body. So I think that I'm assuming that's probably what Bednar is going to be saying. Hey guys, they're going to come and try to pound us, push right back,
yeah,
and get the shots on the net. And um, that's the biggest thing too. Like speed, and getting shots on the goalie and getting traffic because that's how you got to disrupt them. And like our power play we've talked about, it's been better. And As soon as they all start moving and rotating, getting shots and chasing those pucks, look what happens. They score power play goals. So
Yeah.
hopefully that continues. It's so
Some of
easy.
our power plays look so amazing, and I just want to bottle it up and say, do that same thing next time.
Yeah.
Um, and then others, don't look so good. And you know what? That's obviously the nature of hockey. But
Yeah.
we seem, uh, it seems to me, we have a lot of inconsistency from power play to power play, and one looks great, and then the next one, it's like we've never been on a power play
Yeah,
before. So
exactly. There's not a sense of urgency. Like it kills me. Like even when their power play scores a goal, there's still like we've talked about before. Their zone entry drives me. No, I want to turn off the TV every time I see whoever's taking on the puck. I'm like, I can't even watch this because you know what they're gonna do. Natchez will skate full blazing up the ice, hitting his 22-mile-an-hour burst, stop at the blue line and swing it back, and you see the puck sitting there. It's like a air hockey puck floating for 10
right,
seconds, and then here comes McKinnon, and then he either gets in the zone or they clog up the blue line, and then it's 10. I'm like, guys, you have one more person than them. It's a 5-on-4. If you skate as fast as you can and Eichel comes to you, guess what? Dish it off because you can have a 2-on-1 on the next player because you're on a power play. It drives me nuts.
yeah, now I get it. I get it. Yeah, so who knows? Who knows what power play will show up tonight? I have no idea. Um, Hopefully the good one. Our penalty kill continues to be good, so I feel good about that. I did hear that in this postseason, the Knights have given up 5 power play goals and they've scored 4 shorties.
Yeah, I think they're like
So that's
even or
frightening.
pretty close. Like
Yeah,
giving up
something
and
around
scored.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, their penalty kill is dangerous.
yeah, yeah. And we got to watch it because I mean, game one was an outlier with those 15 goals against the Wild. But I mean,
Yeah.
in the regular season, how many times did we see our power play was lackadaisical? I think we gave up 13 shorthanded goals in the regular season on the power play. Like so, and Vegas, they can look at that. I think it was Marner's goal the other game. I think it was on the penalty kill, and he had 10 seconds into the game, or whatever. He did the doop de doop behind through his legs and score. And I'm like, what the heck just happened? Like
Yeah.
that's what can happen. You don't pay attention for 2 seconds, and they're gone, and then you're leaving your goalie out to dry. And yeah, we gotta just be everything. Everyone's assignment. You got to be up there, not letting anybody through, and back check and be on top of it because that's what
Yeah.
can happen against this team. So
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, top to bottom, I don't think I would get much pushback from people watching this podcast. Maybe a few people in Vegas, but I think at our best versus their best, it's 4-1
yeah,
series win. Um, but you don't always get your best.
yeah,
We've been in the mud a few times, certainly against the Kings and here and there against the Wild as well. So we'll have our moments of not our best, and we hope that Vegas has more of those moments than we do for sure.
well, and Eric and I talked about this last pod on the rapid reaction after Game Five when we ended the series or whatever. The Avs still have not played a 60-minute game. There's been bursts, like 2 periods have been Avs hockey, 1 period, whatever. There still has not been drop of the puck first period to the end of the buzzer at the third Avs hockey where they come out flying the entire game. They're hitting everyone. We haven't even seen a full game yet.
No,
Like,
we haven't. They haven't played their best,
no.
and
So
we've
it's,
lost one game.
yeah,
I feel good about it. I especially liked hearing that they had a really intense practice yesterday. And then today was an optional skate that a number of people didn't skate. So they got should be lots of good rest happening today, and I feel confident they're going to come out and fly around a little bit.
yeah, like they got some rest. It's the conference finals. You're 8 wins away from the cup. You're at home. Like they got to be come out flying, and that brings us to our next point, I guess, to go into it. I haven't seen anything. I could have just missed it on ESPN, but maybe you saw it. I haven't seen who's starting game one. I
No,
assume it's Wedgie because
I
he
assume it's
finished off
Wedgie.
the series That's what I would do. I hope that's who it is, but you never know what what happens. So I hope it's Wedgie. But
I hope it's Wedgie, but I do know I have over the course of how many seasons has Bednar been coach? 11?
let's see, 20, 11, 10 or 11. Yeah, second
Um,
longest tenured behind Cooper.
I do know one thing. It's taken me a long time to get here, but I think I've finally arrived, and I'm convinced Bednar knows how to handle this team better than I do.
I think you might be right. Maybe I don't know.
um, so when Bednar puts Blackwood in, I gotta believe he's not. He he wants nothing more. The coach wants nothing more than to get a victory. If he puts Blackwood in, you know what? Bednar believes he's the guy. You know what? I'm on board. I don't think that's going to happen. Um, uh, but, it's a good problem to have. I feel way more confident with Wedgwood personally. I think the
Same.
fans do.
Yeah.
Um, Blackwood has certainly had great moments, and then he's had some
Not so great
big
moments.
big question marks here and there. Um, and so we'll see what happens. He hasn't announced it, and that's a good thing. The Knights don't need to know who's going to start. I presume it has to be announced by what? When 30 minutes before the game, maybe something like
Yeah, I
that.
think maybe warm up. Like it might be after warm ups because they might be like you can pull a groin or something in the warm
Yeah,
ups and you switch goalies, so it's probably the warm ups. But
yeah. So
um,
it may be just being announced any minute now, and
yeah,
we'll see who it is. But you know what? I have faith in Bednar, ultimate faith. That guy seems to push all the right buttons way more often than not. Um, and so we'll see what happens.
yeah. You bringing that up about Blackwood just reminded me before we move on to the next thing. But Blackie is kind of like our power play. When
Yeah.
he's on and the power play's humming, he's great. Like,
Yeah.
man, look at Blackwood. And then there's games where it's just like, what is going on? Because he came in, he started that one game against the Wild, looked great, got the win. I was like, okay, sweet. And then he started the next game, and granted, it wasn't all his fault because the Avs kind of crapped the bed for the start, so
It
he
was the
kind of got
defense.
screwed.
The
But
defense took the seemed like they're ready to take the night off there
yeah,
early.
so he kind of got screwed on that. But in the regular season, it was kind of like either you kind of know in the first like 10 minutes what you're gonna get. Either he's sharp and he's on, or it's just not his night. Where I think Wedgwood was, he had some bad games, but it was more consistent throughout the
Hmm.
course of the year. But with that being said, like if we have to turn to Blackwood, I mean, obviously we've won with him, so it's not like it's a terrible backup goalie. But um, and you've talked about, it, and I agree with you. I think the team plays better in front of Wedgwood than they do Blackwood, at least right now. It might
Yeah.
change next season if Blackwood's got something and he gets his spark back. But I think with Wedgie back there, they are more loose when they're out. Like,
Yeah.
okay, Wedgie's gonna get that save if we have a breakdown. We can go down the other end and score.
Hmm.
No worries. Where Blackwood, it's kind of more like, we got if he lets one in, and then everyone's kind of like, oh, that's why we had that breakdown, and Blackwood let in that soft goal, and great, now we're behind the game or whatever. So
Yeah. Yeah. Um, we'll see. I make all kinds of predictions on this podcast. I should start keeping track of how many I get right and wrong. It feels like I'm around 50-50. um, but I'm going to predict right here, right now, that we ride Wedgwood the rest of the way. And maybe we see Blackwood, in relief in probably not in a blowout. Well, maybe if we're on the wrong end of a blowout.
yeah,
But I would think Wedgwood would come back at this point. It's just a gut feeling, even after maybe a bad game. I don't know. It's just a guess. I think it makes sense to ride Wedgwood. I don't know how often it works to bounce around goalies, especially deeper in the playoffs.
yeah. I don't think it's people or different pods, and people are talking like, when's the last time they had like a two goalie system that like won, and it really hasn't happened. I mean, technically the Avs did in 22, but that was only because Kemper got hurt, so it's
Right. That's a
not
different
the same
story.
thing. But like, look at all the Cup winners. Vasilevsky with Tampa, like he plays 80 games in the regular season, and then he plays all playoffs. And the only time they don't play is when it's a they're getting blown out. He gets pulled to give him some rest, but he's back in the next game. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's really happened. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time when they had two different goalies swapping wins. The Bruins
Yeah.
tried it that one year, like we talked about, when they had won the President's Trophy and set the record for most points, and they like who's gonna be Swayman or Olmark, and they tried it, and then they lost. So it's like you kind of have to go with the when it's the playoffs. I mean, obviously I'm not a goalie, but they're so like mojo and in the flow. Like you got to kind of just let them ride it out. In bad game, you pull them and relieve them, but next game, put them right back in there
Yeah.
and get it back. So
Yeah. I really feel like Wedgwood is great, and maybe all goalies are, but Wedgwood for sure has commented on, if he has a bad game, he thinks about it for a few minutes after the game and then is gone.
yep,
And he I really get the sense that he has really made some changes mentally, through probably a lot of work, and become a better goalie for it. And so, we'll see what happens. Uh, yeah, I got to believe it's Wedgwood. I mean, I
yeah,
just got to believe it.
yeah. I would assume so too. So
What about on the other side of the ice? Kale Hart, or sorry,
Carter Hart.
Carter Hart.
Yeah, I mean, so people were talking because Aiden Hill's their backup, who was the starting goalie when they won the cup 2 years ago,
Yeah,
and Carter Hart's playing. And so Carter Hart was playing for Torts in Philadelphia when he was there before all the shit went down. And from what I hear, Torts loves Hart, trusts him,
yeah,
so he's gonna ride him
yeah,
all the way. And like I've heard people when Hart led in the 4, 5, 6 goals, he started the next game because Torts doesn't trust Hill. So that's kind of good for us in a way
yeah.
because Hill hasn't seen action in since the regular season,
Right.
and if we can get Hart kind of questioning his positions or pump him full of some goals, and then Torts is like, well, am I gonna put in Hill? Like, do I pull Hart? And then Hill hasn't played, and then get that whole goalie controversy starting. But as we saw in the Duck series and the Mammoth, Hart lets in a lot of goals. Like he can play great. Any goalie, like in the
He can.
NHL, you have to be a great goalie to play in the NHL. He can shut out any team. He can let in one or two and steal a game. However, he can let in 5 or 6 and be like, "Who is this goalie?" And the
Yeah.
Avs, best offensive team in the NHL, we can do that to him. So I hope we can get to him
I
and
want to
do that.
put I want us to put pucks on that guy. A lot of pucks.
Yeah,
I think yeah, I think he is a potential weak link on their team.
yeah,
And he's the one that sticks out to me as the most likely to be a weak link. Um and yeah, I hope we see some goals go in off on him. But yeah, I mean, it's not like he has playoff experience. It's not like he has a ton of experience in general,
yeah.
and he's playing well enough to be an NHL goalie now. But I was a little bit surprised, to be honest, when they brought him in and he started playing more and more. And then I personally don't have a ton of confidence in him. If I was a Knights fan, I wouldn't, and so I'm glad he's in there.
Yeah. Uh, Adding on to that, not just him, but I don't know how many other like podcasts you follow, or like I'm sure you listen to ESPN and all that too.
Yeah.
But it was blowing my mind. Like I was texting a buddy, like on ESPN, TSN, NHL Network, all these places. Like people just like, oh, the Avs are favored, blah blah, and then they go right into just praising the Knights. Like
Yes.
they're not even talking about
Yes.
the. It's like okay, the Avs are supposed to win. However, the Knights have Eichel and Marner's playing great, and Hart is on another level, and they got Dorofiev and Brashev, and they're just they haven't. Nobody's saying, oh, by the way, they're going up against McKinnon and Lehkonen, Makar, Manson, Burns. They got two good goalies. Best penalty kill, best offense in the NHL, best defense in the NHL, best depth, best fourth line, best like they're just talking about how good Vegas is, and like which they are. Granted, they praise
They
them; they're a
they
good
are
team,
good, but
but don't forget who they're playing. They don't even talk about the Avs.
I
I'm
can
like,
talk about both teams plenty, but I'm going to run out of things to say about Vegas way before I run out of things to say about the Avs, because I mean, we can get in depth on the third and fourth lines if we want to. We can talk at length about the bottom defensive pairs. And we can talk for hours and hours and hours about the star players. And then, we'll be talking about, I know we're going to be talking one of these games very soon about one of the guys you mentioned earlier, a Natchez or a Nelson or Cadre or Val. I
Yeah,
mean,
look at all those guys that are
we're going to
still.
be talking about some of those guys here
Come on.
real soon because one or more of those guys is going to say, you know what, I got to step up my game because they do, and they're going to. Somebody's going to do it. One or more of those guys.
Yeah, if I was the Avs, I mean, I'm sure they watch the same stuff we do.
Yeah.
And obviously different people take, like, obviously McKinnon probably is like Michael Jordan. I took that personally, and he goes out and scores a hat trick or something. But if I was listening to ESPN and they're like just praising the Knights and they have Martin like, over and over, I'm like, okay, they're gonna talk about us soon. Nope, just cut to the next year. I'm like, hey guys, don't forget we're playing too. Like, it blows my mind. Like, stupid Biz, you gotta hate him or you love him. Like, I don't mind him, but some of his takes and stuff. He's wearing the Knights jersey. He says Knights in 7. Carter Hart's the best goalie ever. Marner and Eichel are gonna shut down the. I'm like, okay, let's say they shut down McKinnon. Okay, cool. You got
You got
Natchez, you
big
got
problems
Lecky, you
elsewhere.
got Manson, you got Landy, you got Nichushkin, you got Nelson, Kadri, Kelly. Like, good job.
Taves.
You cut
Taves
off
is a
one
name we
arm.
haven't
Yeah,
even mentioned
yeah.
tonight. That's his first
Kulak,
mention.
the
And
game winner in the
yeah,
last. I'm
Cooley.
like,
I didn't know his nickname was Cooley, but now I do. I
yeah,
love it.
that's sweet. Yeah, I mean, how we like you said, we can just go down the list. What about this guy? What about this guy? What about this guy? I'm like, come on. And I haven't seen anything. I don't think he's playing, but their big defensive guy, Mark Stone.
Mark
eh,
Stone, I
I don't think
believe,
he's
is
even
not playing
okay.
tonight.
So that's a big piece
He's their
on
captain. And
on
you know
their
what?
end.
Anytime you're
So
without your captain, that's a problem.
yeah, and I don't think he's that great anyway because he's
Yeah.
older, he's slow, he can't skate with the abs, and his back. Granted, I feel his pain because I have the same issues he does. You can't have back injuries like that and play at a high enough level to be a factor.
No,
On
no.
top of when he was healthy, he's slow as dog crap. Like, I could skate backwards faster than Mark Stone. He's terrible, but he's in the NHL and I'm not. So what do I know? I guess you can hate me all you want, but he's not fast.
He has
Um,
more Stanley Cups than you.
yeah, he does. He's the one standing. I'm like, sweet, I can beat him in a race, but he wins the can. Whatever, tomato, tomato. But he's not playing, and that's a big chunk. So
Yeah.
kind of going into our next point. I guess we can go in there. The
Yeah.
two biggest weapons for Vegas, Marner and Eichel. Granted, they are great players, but besides those two, if we can shut those two, they don't have the depth that the Avs do to beat us. So granted, they can pop off like they
Yeah.
could.
Yeah.
Eichel and Marner can play out of their mind and win games, but if you shut them down, I don't think they have enough guys to step up and fill the void. Not you're gonna have your depth, but they don't have any other superstars that are gonna come in. They don't have a Kadri, a Nichushkin, a Landy to pop up in there and fill the void.
They don't have the speed. They don't show up anywhere on my playoff speed charts that I was looking at for the trivia. Yeah, I mean, Eichel can move a little bit,
Yep.
but we're faster. Um, and yeah, we gotta focus on those guys. We gotta hit those guys, and you know what? If they can dish it off to one of their lesser teammates, and those guys score, well, more power to them. But you know, chasing those guys around the rink and hitting them in the corners and just uh, looking out for him in open ice. I'm ready for a Manson open ice
Oh,
on
he's
Marner.
go for it, man. He will crush him so hard.
So I'll be happy to see that. Easier said than done, but
Yep.
yeah, um, get lifting sticks, blocking shots, all the stuff. Just the standard stuff. But I've been loving what I've seen from the Avs, which we didn't see as much in the regular season. I think the stats would bear it out. I should take a look, but they've upped their hitting game for sure.
Yeah.
Um, uh, the Kings obviously woke them up in a hurry. with the hitting, and then they just carried it over into the Wild series, and expect more of the same against the Knights.
Yeah, I'm gonna add on to that physical part here. So one of the other things I heard was the Knights are such a more physical team than the Avs. On the surface, that's more their game because they have to be more physical because they don't have the skill and the speed. But like we talked about with the Kings series, when the Avs were like, "We're fine playing 2-1 games, we're winning, whatever." Yeah, you may be more physical, but guess what? Avs can adapt to any game. You want to play physical? Avs can play physical. You want to try to skate? We're gonna skate right over you. Like it don't matter what you want to play. The Avs can do it better than you. And um, I was trying to think like we all kind of like compare teams to the past. Like what does this remind you of? The Knights kind of remind me of like the mid '90s to early 2000s Devils. Like
Okay.
they're they famous for the like the left wing lock, clog up the middle
Yeah.
zone, boring hockey. Like, and I hated
Very
watching
boring.
that the dead puck era. I hated watching because, I mean, obviously we hate the Red Wings, but I respected their players like Fedorov, Eiserman. Those guys could fly. They played the Devils, and it was like they couldn't even skate because they just clog it up, and it was so
They were in
boring.
first gear the entire
Yeah,
time, if
exactly.
that, if
Yeah,
they weren't just parked.
yeah, and that's kind of the Knights. Like speed wise, it's not even a contest, and so their game is to kind of clog up those lanes and slow the game down because they know if they don't slow it down, the Avs are just going to be skating circles around. And granted, they can make it happen. They're skilled enough; they could do that. Um, but if the Avs are able to get through their forecheck and get through the neutral zone and establish their game, the Knights can't minus Eichel and Marner, no one else can really skate with them. Not up and down the lineup,
Right.
like the
Right.
Avs. So uh, we saw what the Avs did to Hughes in the second round. I kept saying, if you hit him, he will fold like a lawn chair. And
Boy,
guess
he
what
folded
happened?
in a hurry.
He folded. I still love that picture of Lecky smashed him behind the net, and they have the screenshot of him on the bottom of the pile, looking like a kid that dropped his ice cream cone. And I was like somebody hit me, mom. I'm like, dude, you're in the
Yeah.
NHL. That's what
Yeah.
happens.
You're
So
you're fair game if you're out there skating around. You can get
exactly.
hit. You're
So
allowed.
your point of Marner, like like, easier said than done to put a body on. He's shifty. He's skilled. But if you start hitting him, he don't like it either. He's a little
Yeah.
guy. He doesn't like confrontation. He's not gonna go mix scrum it up. Like he's gonna protect his pretty face. And if we get rough him up a little bit, especially Manson, just a dog and just abuse him, I would be like, okay, here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah. I oh yeah. I hope we can put some bodies on him. I didn't. I was surprised that we were able to catch up with Quinn. He is a shifty, shifty son of a gun.
Yeah,
And we lined him up more than once, and that was awesome. So if we could do it to him, Marner and Eichel are easier to find on the ice, I think, than Quinn Hughes. So
for sure.
um, we'll see.
Yep. I hope, like I said, I hope it happens. Yeah, cross your
Fingers
fingers.
crossed.
I hope it happens. I hope they play their game. And like we said, best on best, healthy Vegas, healthy abs, best game versus best game. It's no contest. Now, granted, like you said, you don't always get your best, and that's where Vegas can come steal game to whatever. Um, you got to hope that the Avs show up. But um, yeah, there's some big takeaways, and we got game one coming up soon in this series. So, Dave, that's it. You always go with these predictions.
I love predictions.
Game one coming up, like what, 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
What are you saying? What's it gonna be?
Well, I predicted a sweep or a gentleman's sweep, 4-0 or 4-1 against the Kings. So I made some predictions that were right. I predicted we would get the Kings before it was decided on our first pod. Um, and I forget what I predicted in the second round. I probably predicted the same thing because
I think you predicted 5 games. I think you said
I think I
Milwaukee to
did.
win one. Yeah, which
Yeah, I
is
think
what
I
happened.
did.
Yeah,
Thank you for yeah. And so a lot of people think the Kings. A lot of people think the Knights are great and things against us. Incoming call. Got to hang up on my son. All right.
sorry, son.
Sorry, son. I'm back. A lot of people think the Knights are great. I don't. Um, So I'm going to say it's a 4-1 Avs win the series. I just can't get on board with this. EJ was talking, it's going to be a long series, 6 or 7 games. He predicts the Avs are going to win, which I do as well. I don't have any faith in the Knights. They're better than the other teams we've played. I think we're going to play better than we have. And I think people, the national media, et cetera, are judging this series by how we've been playing. We've been underperforming the Avs. And I think that comes to an end tonight. And I think we see the Avs come out of their shell a little bit, a lot of bit. And I think we're going to see some more goals. We've talked about Carter Hart. The defense proper outside of the goalie for the Knights is pretty damn good. But we're going to skate past them. We got plenty of skaters. I'm going 4-1 again.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I
What
like
do you
it.
have?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Avs have been underperforming. You'd like to think they would bring their best game, but you never know if they're going to show up every single game 100%. I think the Knights are better than the Kings, obviously. They're better than the Wild. Like I said earlier, they've won a Stanley Cup, so they know what it takes. They seem to they're like a cockroach or something. Like you think you stomp it out and then it's still there. Like they keep fighting back. Like they don't give up. So that's props to them. Um, this is technically not a correct answer, but I think it's the Avs in 5.5 games.
Okay.
Because I don't
Oh, I
know if
got you.
it's. I could see 4-1, but I also could see it going to 6. I could see the Avs having a couple slip ups. Not necessarily slip ups, but because Vegas does not give up, I could see them winning one at home and then like winning a game 5 and going back to Vegas for game 6 and the Avs finish it. I could see that happening. I
Yeah.
also could see what happened in the Wild Series where we go up 2-0, Knights get one at home because of the home bump, and then the Avs win the next one and then they finish it off.
Yeah.
So I mean
Yeah.
that's a crap answer because you're not really saying, but
It
I could
is.
see either way.
You could kind of be correct
Yeah,
with 5 or 6,
yeah.
and that's
Um,
sort of
so
cheating.
that's what I'm going with. As far as tonight goes, I think we're gonna come out flying. Obviously, having Kale gone is gonna hurt us, but I think Sam's gonna be pumped up to be playing. We got some rest. Lecky and Malinsky, Manson, everybody should be feeling better. Like we said, everyone's got something. You're not perfect, but should be better. I'm gonna say the Avs are gonna win. Wedgie's gonna have a great game, and it's gonna be 5-2 Avs with an empty netter.
Did you say 5-2?
Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, I got that too. So it's a
Okay.
lock.
There we go. That's happening.
That's okay. That's a lock right there. So watch the game if you want, but I can tell you the final score is 5-2.
Watch. If it's 5-2, dude, I already bought a lottery ticket today, so maybe that means we're gonna win, and then I can build a house over there, and we can do this live.
Yeah, exactly. My kids are get furious with me with my overconfidence. Sometimes in the Avalanche, but come on, look at what they do. I did make a bad premature call in the one game that we did lose to the Wild, and they were not happy with me. And they told me I could make no more predictions. But you know what?
You're the dad.
Um,
You can do what you want.
I'm the dad. I can do what I want. We've got this podcast, and I'm gonna take my chances.
There
So
you go. I like it.
yeah,
Obviously, we have the same thought of the game, so I mean that's got to mean something,
yeah.
right?
I was thinking on my 5-2, I was like, I didn't say that the fifth would be an empty netter because I don't know if it will be, but I think there's a decent chance it's 4-2 plus an empty netter. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think we're gonna come out. We should score the first goal. Vegas is gonna answer back because they're cockroaches and they're gonna go back. It's gonna be a good game. We're gonna get a couple more. Vegas will get a lucky bouncer power play goal to make it like 3-2 or 4-2 at that time, and then they're gonna pull the goalie, and then probably McKinnon or Natchez is gonna get that empty netter, make it 5-2, and we're gonna come out of game one with a victory and go, okay, here we go, we're off and running.
Yep, yep. I'm feeling good about it. Well, I tell you what, Cam, I think I'm gonna probably have to get going and
Yep.
prepare myself to tune in to game one and watch a little pregame action and get my popcorn and maybe a cold frosty one and
There you go.
get myself ready.
There you go. I like it.
Any final thoughts there, Cam?
Just excited. We're halfway down. We got eight. It's I was telling someone this the other day. It's crazy to think you win 8 games and you're only halfway to winning the championship. Like it's a grind. But that's why hockey's the best. It's the hardest trophy to win in all sports, and it's a war, and that's why I love it. Like playoff hockey cannot be beat. It's the best thing ever to watch, and I'm excited. And like we say every time, we're confident. We have the deepest team. We had the best team, and if we play Avalanche hockey, no one left in the playoffs is going to beat us. So,
No.
yeah.
So agree with you. Could not agree with you more. Well, I tell you what, folks, thanks for joining us. And, you see what it says at the bottom: like, comment, subscribe, follow. We're Eyes on Avs. And you know what? We'll be back with you next Wednesday to talk about some victories.
Yep. Yep. Let's go,
All
Avs,
righty.
baby.
We'll talk to you later.